This is a pretty cool initiative, Michelle. Very easy to buy a lot of stuff, but how much of the stuff we buy do we really need?
Oh, I would say a very small portion of it, I think, when you get into the practice of it. And we definitely saw a change in buying habits during COVID and sort of post-COVID because people couldn't access the things that they used to be able to access. So this is about kind of continuing that movement of conscious consumerism. And also I guess there's the thrill of finding something amazing too that's been pre-loved or reloved by someone else. So yeah.
That's so true. I've often heard about going shopping for a special outfit as like treasure hunting. Like you should think of going shopping for an outfit as finding that treasure that you've been searching for. And it's even better when it's secondhand because you know that you are doing something that's meaningful. It makes a difference because the proceeds, of course, go to the hospice. But let's talk about waste. Let's paint the picture right now. How much stuff are New Zealanders throwing into landfills?
Oh, it's a lot. With the 4 physical retail shops that we run in our region, we would have 10 skip bins a week that gets filled. So it's a lot. Now, what I would say is we have an initiative to repurpose some of that fabric, and it's not a great revenue line. We kind of do it at cost, but we feel good about it too. So we turn all of our cotton waste into rags for our local engineering and mechanical workshops. So we've got a little stream of revenue that runs through there. So they get a second life before they end up in the landfill. But what I would say is a lot of what ends up in those bins are cheap and cheerful things that people are buying on Shein and Temu and the likes of that. So a lot of it, people are seeing these things online that look amazing. They get them, they realise they're not what they hoped that they would be from the images, and they're often getting sent straight to us with tags on.
Wow. And I mean, a lot of those online platforms too are trying to tweak that little part of your brain that says, buy now, reward myself right now. And in some ways, what you're prescribing is a bit of a detox from that whole approach to buying.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, when you've got an interest in particular things, and it could be, it might be fashion, and certainly, we've got heaps of customers that love high-end fashion brands. And if you're patient and you know what you're looking for and you put a little bit of time aside to it, it's surprising what you can find secondhand.
Yeah, and we're talking wardrobes at the moment, and I know that if you actually formulate a really good capsule wardrobe, you don't need that many items to formulate lots of great outfits. And of course, we're not just talking clothes. There are a lot of secondhand things that you can buy for your home that are really useful. And I did read that despite efforts to reduce waste in New Zealand remains one of the highest per capita waste producers among OECD countries. So that's quite embarrassing when you think about it. So let's talk about buying secondhand. What would your top tips be for making secondhand purchases? Let's say if someone turns up to one of your 4 shops that you have in Palmerston North, Fielding, Levin and Otago, what would your advice be?
I think I personally need to know what I'm looking for, or have a rough idea what I'm looking for, and I go in looking, not expecting to be able to find it straight away. So I would, it might be every month there's something that is on my mind that, I want, and just as I'm in the shops, I'll kind of scan and find it. And for some reason, it always seems to appear. This lovely jersey that I've got on is a cashmere jersey by Lang, which they probably retail for about $500. And I wished that I could find one of these, and I actually didn't find it in one of our shops, but I found it in another one, and it was brand new. And I bought it, and still for quite an expensive price. I paid $100 for it, but it was $500 retail, brand new. So it's just like, looking for what you want, and the pieces, good quality pieces that you can find in the shops that will last you years and years and years.
And so with this initiative then over the course of October, we're encouraging people to maybe slow down a little bit on the purchasing that they're making, take a break from buying something new. And it said supporting the hospices too. So tell us a little bit about the work that you guys are able to support through people buying secondhand in one of your hospice shops.
So it's massive. So, in my role of director of the foundation, so our kaupapa is to raise the deficit to run our services at Arohanui Hospice. That's pretty close to $5 million. So it's a little bit over 4.7 million a year we need to raise on top of any other funding that we get. So that's no mean feat in a small region with about 200,000 people in our population. The shops are really, really important component of that, and they're a great, really accessible way for the community to support us as well. So by donating at the back door to the shops, they make a huge impact. And the money that we raise in each of those shops gets spent right in the region where the shop is. So, little Otaki shop raises money that gets spent right there in the community, looking after people that live down the street from the people that support it, which is really exciting.
I love that.
Ways to help. So it's donating, it's volunteering time to help in the shop, it's shopping in the shop, of course, is really important as well. And we've run a few little fun challenges sort of over the month with different groups in the community. We had a fantastic business networking international group come into the shop, and we stayed open an extra hour for them, sort of private shopping. They were on a little social trip, so they had to come in and they had to buy an outfit to wear on their bus trip, and then they had to buy an item to gift as a secret Santa gift at their next meeting in December. And we had a group of about 30 people. They spent about $1,800.
Wow. Well, that's great. I mean, there are a lot of different challenges you can do to be intentional about this. And look, we know that we have a lot of listeners that have Bible study groups and connect groups. So maybe it's an opportunity for their groups to have one of these kind of challenges and buy nothing new this October. Or maybe even if you feel like October's kind of already got away on you, buy nothing new in November too. That's an option too. Well,
a lot of fun. It's really fun when you have to set the challenge to do it in a space like that as well. Way more fun than just going to buy something with a budget.
I have one more question. Do you guys sell stuff online as well? Because I know your website is arohanuihospice.org.nz. Can people shop in those op shops around the country, or is it purely in-house?
No, definitely run on our Facebook page. We pop items up there for sale, and we have a Trade Me store, Aroha Shop. Kind of unique and interesting items. So we normally have about 10 items a week up on that shop. But I'd encourage people to watch the Facebook page, and if you're in the region, come on in, but equally support the hospice shops in your region. They're all across New Zealand. They all do amazing work in the community, and we're all heavily underfunded services. And it's a lot of fun. So get in there and set yourself a challenge with your mates. Maybe make it your family Christmas shopping challenge this year that you have to buy at an opportunity shop. With a budget. You'll be surprised how far it can go.
Thank you so much for watching that with us. If you want to watch the next video just like it, this is the one for you.
We're so grateful to have your company on this channel, and there are so many more incredible stories. So make sure you like and subscribe right here.